Now this is section 2 sample B, and again we'll play a tape script for you, and depending upon the tape script we are going to answer these questions. So
Section 2. You will hear a radio broadcast called Focus on the Arts. First, you have some time to look at questions 11 to 16 on page 4.
So this is question 11 to 16. So first of all, this is about the National Art Center. So well known for complex consists of these. One more is there. 1940 it happened. 1960 then opened for public, managed by Open. So whenever you listen, you try to find out that what will be the answer from what the person is speaking. So be careful that you have to try to find out the answer.
Now listen carefully and answer questions 11 to 16.
Hello, and welcome to Focus on the Arts. I'm your host, Dave Green, and this is your very own local radio program. Every Friday evening, we put the spotlight on different arts and culture facilities and look at the shows and events that are on offer in the coming week. And today, the focus is on the National Art Centre. Now, if you don't already know it yourself, I'm sure you've all heard of it. It's famous throughout the world as one of the major venues for classical music. But did you know that it's actually much more than just a place to hear concerts? The centre itself is a huge complex that caters for a great range of arts. Under a single roof, it houses concert rooms, theatres, cinemas, art galleries, and a wonderful public library, as well as service facilities including 3 restaurants and a bookshop. So, at any one time, the choice of entertainment there is simply enormous. So, how did they manage to build such a big arts complex right in the heart of the city? Well, the area was completely destroyed by bombs during the war in 1940. So the opportunity was taken to create a cultural centre that would be what they called the city's gift to the nation. Of course, it took a while for such a big project to get started, but it was planned in the 60s, built in the 70s, and eventually opened to the public in 1983. Ever since then, it has proved to be a great success. It's not privately owned, like many art centres, but is still in public hands. It's run by the City Council. Both our National Symphony Orchestra and National Theatre Company were involved in the planning of the project, and they're now based there, giving regular performances every week. And as the centre is open 363 days of the year, there are plenty of performances to choose from.
Before you hear the rest of the broadcast, you have some time to look at questions 17 to 20 on page 5.
So now we have just seen and heard the tape script. Now we'll try to answer, because most of the answers I've written here, but still we would try to answer them more formally. So the first one is, it is well known for classical music, right? Classical music. Then we have complex consists of concert room, theatre, cinemas, art galleries, public libraries, restaurant, and bookshop. In 1940, area destroyed by bombs. 1960, center was planned, and in dash that is 1980s. You can write in 1980s, but I have written 1983, so it was precise. So 1983 open to the public. Then this is managed by your city council. This is city council, and then it is open 363 days per week. 360 days, 3 days per week. So now we will try to answer question 17 to 20, and before that we'll hear a tape script. But let us go through this, that we have to write no more than 3 words or a number. So this is from Monday to Tuesday, 7:30, magic flute. So whenever you heard about, or you will hear about magical flute in the content or in the tape script which I'm going to play just now, you have to think and you have to extract the venue. This is what is being asked. Then you have Wednesday, 8 p.m. You have to think about and extract the Canadian film, and also cinema to the ticket price of the Canadian film on Wednesday. Then on Saturday and Sunday, you have to look for the event, that is the art exhibition, what it is called. So now I'm going to play it for you. Please listen to it very carefully for these answers. So let us listen to the second part, which is from
Now listen
17 to 20.
and answer questions 17 to 20.
So, to give you some idea of what's on, and to help you choose from the many possibilities, we've made a selection of the star attractions. If you're interested in classical music, then we recommend you go along to the National on either Monday or Tuesday evening at 7:30 for a spectacular production of the Magic Flute, probably the most popular of all Mozart's operas. It's in the garden hall, and tickets start at only £8. But you'll have to be early if you want to get them that cheap. And remember, it's only on for those 2 evenings. For those more interested in the cinema, you might like to see the new Canadian film, which is showing on Wednesday evening at 8 p.m. in Cinema 2. And that's called 3 Lives. It's had fantastic reviews, and tickets cost just £4.50, which is a reduction on the usual price of £5.50. So, it's really good value, especially for such a great movie. But you can see the centre's main attraction at the weekend, because on Saturday and Sunday, 11 a.m. to 10 p.m, they're showing a wonderful new exhibition that hasn't been seen anywhere else in Europe yet. It's a collection of Chinese art called Faces of China. That's in Gallery 1. And it has some really fascinating paintings and sculptures by leading artists from all over China. And the good news is that it's completely free, so don't miss it. So why not go along to the National Arts Centre next week for one or all of these great events? And you can always pick up a programme and check out all the other performances and exhibitions on offer, or coming soon, on almost every day of the year. Next week, we'll be looking at the new Museum of Science.
That is the end of section 2. You now have half a minute to check your answers.
So now we have heard the other part, and most of it I have already written, but now let me formally answer this. 17 is the Garden Hall, GH. The 18 is 3 Lives, 3 Lives. And then we have this ticket price for this pound 450, which was downgraded, which is discounted from 550. And then the event on Saturday and Sunday, that is known as Faces of China. Faces of China. So I hope you got all of them correctly. Thank you so much and take care of yourself.